Band, and we'll get more to why that is and what that is a little bit later. But we're going to sing. We started off with just a couple of fun ones, and then we wanted to play that last one, even though that's not really American history. That's English history, because it really set the stage for a lot of the view and vision that we're coming from. Kind of that Howard Zinn view of history and looking at the world. So we're going to start on American history here in just a second. Aaron's going to start us off with something really cool. But we wanted to start with a statement that we were talking about when we were practicing, something that's kind of important. We're going to talk a lot about a history from that alternate perspective, the one that's not taught in schools is what we're talking about. But that means something specific. And we wrote something that I'm going to actually just read it because it's important. I want to say this right. So here it is. Tonight we're going to sing a lot of songs about struggle. The struggles of women, minorities, social movements, and others. We understand that in most cases these are not our struggles. We're white guys singing about a history that has been dominated by white guys. We hope that you'll understand that we are singing out of a desire to acknowledge the struggle of others, recognize the hurt and hardships of those that are not us, and stand in solidarity with those in this world who have had to fight long and hard for things we've always had and can take for granted, so many of whom are still fighting. So with that attitude, we'd like to get started, talk about American history. Here we go.
Okay, 19th century U.S. History was dominated in part by an idea called westward expansion. And that's going to come up later in another song, but one war that resulted from this quest for land was the Mexican-American War. We're really close to Texas, and there were American settlers in that area, which was Mexico, for right at 12 months before they started talking about being something else. And Mexico, remember, was about 30 years old, less than 30 years old, when the Mexican-American War came around and the United States began taking vast amounts of land. There was a dispute over where the Texas-Mexico border was. Mexico thought it was at one river and Texas thought it was at another. The land in between was called disputed territory. The president sent a general into that disputed area to provoke the Mexican army. And that's exactly what happened. And when that happened, President Polk said, well, you started the war. And that, that's kind of a traditional American way to start a war. There were a lot of Irish people in the United States. This is 1840s. Any ideas why there was a lot of Irish people immigrating to the United States in early to mid 19th century? Ralph?
Potato family.
Right, it's the potato family. So there were a lot of people here, and a lot of men joined the United States Army to fight in this war, and that's what this song is about.
My name is John Wright. I will have your ear only a while. I left my dear home in Ireland. It was death, starvation, or exile. And when I got to America, it was my duty to go. Enter the army and slide across Texas to join in the war against Mexico. It was there in the pueblos and hillsides that I saw the mistake I had made. Part of a conquering army with the morals of a bayonet blade. So in the midst of these poor dying Catholics, screaming children, the burning stench of it all, myself and 200 Irishmen decided to rise to the call. From Dublin City to San Diego, we witnessed freedom denied. So we formed the St. Patrick's Battalion, and we fought on the Mexican side. From Dublin City to San Diego, we witnessed freedom denied. So we formed the St. Patrick's Battalion, and we fought on the Mexican side. We marched beneath the green flag of St. Patrick, emblazoned with rainbow bright, bright with the harp and the shamrock, and Libertad or Republica. Just 50 years after Wolf home, 5,000 miles away. The Yanks called us a legion of strangers, and they can talk as they may. From Dublin City to San Diego, we took this freedom denied. So we formed the St. Patrick's Battalion, and we fought on the Mexican side. From Dublin City to San Diego, we witnessed freedom denied. So we formed the St. Patrick's Battalion, and we fought on the Mexican side. We hopped in midnight Matamoros while their volunteers were hitting the nuns. In Monterey and Cerro Gordo, we fought on his Ireland sons. We were the red-headed fighters for freedom. It's these brown-skinned women and men. Side by side we fought against tyranny, and I dare say we'd do it again. From Dublin City to San Diego, we witnessed freedom denied. So we formed the St. Patrick's Battalion, and we fought on the Mexican side. From Dublin City to San Diego, we witnessed freedom denied. So we formed the St. Patrick's Battalion, and we fought on the Mexican side. We fought in 5 major battles. Churubusco was the last. Overwhelmed by the cannons from Boston, we fell after each mortar blast.